Good evening again, kiddies. Welcome back. We seem to be in the midst of a snowstorm, and something's on the horizon. I don't know if the Warlocks have even found it yet, but if you caught last night, you know there's shit going down. Let's get into it. Too many Warlocks. Damn it, wrong transition again.
All the time. Hello.
The whole show's ruined. Show's canceled. Fuck it.
Damn it. Okay. Hello. Welcome to Too Many Warlocks. I, as always, am your benevolent dungeon master, Puck. And I am joined today by these Warlocks. Once again, back to full power from their 80% that they're at. I've discounted Penn just slightly in that math.
Yeah, one of us is like 5% short of that.
Yeah, just a little bit. No, okay.
I mean,
benevolent. You say you said that right out loud, did you?
Yeah,
Would it be like? I think it would be closer to 70. Key3 and I would make up 35.
Okay, well, look, we don't need to do the math on this. All right.
We make up 5, and then Penn is a 25.
And I will now introduce these Warlocks in no particular order, starting with Carnival of Misfortune and Destroyer of Priceless Artifacts, Richard Bennett.
I'm the best.
Fiery swords person and reluctant chaperone, Miss Key3 Tea Leaf. Controlled substance enthusiast, Mr.
Guy Pony. It's the same thing every week.
Well, it's just like
be categorized. It's a different substance every week.
Guy fills so many roles so frequently that I'm having trouble coming up with a good one, and it's hard to top controlled substance enthusiast. I think that's my favorite one.
Yeah, both controlled and uncontrolled substance enthusiast.
Yeah, maybe. And returning, Penithan Wright, explorer of the ethereal plane while his friends are destroying everything.
Yeah, okay.
That's
mostly me.
Look, it doesn't roll off the tongue. Not my best one, but when last we left our heroes, they were trapped, snowed in to this facility, this place that had seen the Mercs traipse through, and prior to that had seen a group that took it upon themselves to construct a mechanism that allowed them to travel to other worlds. And they visited this place and checked this all out. But then they were snowed in and stuck there with Ogbog the Manslayer. And shit got spooky. Got spooky real quick. There was some weird stuff happening. And then you guys went into the basement. Richard got some green goo on him.
Almost died like 5 times.
Yeah, almost died a couple times. And
that's normal.
Poor Guy.
That's Richard Bennett, trapeze of death.
Richard Bennett, part-time corpse. Okay.
I think we'd get along better then.
Can that just be the title for this episode?
Yeah, Richard Bennett, part-time corpse. All right. In addition to that, when trying to escape being snowed in to this super spooky, scary place, for some people, Guy was snatched out of this realm and taken home to the realm of the angels, where he got to meet with Dad.
Yep.
And get locked up in prison and told that he would be executed.
Yep. And hunted by assassin angels.
Yeah, because he can no longer be protected by the rules.
Yep. Because he's a dick.
However, thanks to some quick heroics by both Richard Bennett and dear Key3 Tea Leaf, he was extracted and returned back to this plane. However, the efforts used to extract him caused the entire place to implode and collapse. After which, Penithin Wright was spit out into the snow. And the entire party realized that while they were snowed in, large footprints came by, and the storm appears to be moving on their home. And the cart that was filled with powerful artifacts from other worlds has been tipped over and scattered about the snowy landscape. And so we now join the party with Penithin Wright sticking in a snowbank. And you are free to move about the cabin.
So,
Okay, I'm gonna try to walk on my own now. Atkinson, just kind of snap out the arm.
Yeah.
Make it so that Atkinson doesn't become the snake, but just turns into the staff.
Just like get the staff out. Okay.
Yeah. And then I just kind of put it underneath an arm like a crutch. Because I'm
All
still
right.
missing a leg.
Yeah.
Like it's at the moment it's like a little vine that's growing out.
Yeah, it's like limp and dragging there. it hasn't developed bark. It's like a sapling.
It's like having a spaghetti noodle for a leg.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
you're
yeah,
waiting
absolutely.
for the bone and the muscle to grow.
Hmm.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
so Guy pushed me down the hill right after I landed in the snowdrift. That's what happened.
That is correct.
So yeah,
I tried to carry you, but you are too heavy.
I'm trudging back
in
up
any
the
way,
hill.
shape, or form. I just pushed you down the hill.
I'm just like, I found my hat and Handy rolled out and I just like picked him up and just like trudging back up the hill, wet, not necessarily cold because of all my resistances, but just wet. And I just get up at the top and I'm like, so, and Pug, what happened? What did I experience when this all exploded?
You were studying. So this is what was happening with you. You were in the ethereal plane and you were studying these floating smoky corpses. And you realized that these are the husks. Through your study and your knowledge of necromancy, this is everything that is left when every ounce of energy has been drained from a human being. And by energy, every possible form. Like the spirit, the essence, the electrical connections between the very cells and biology that exist within it. Everything stripped out until only this husk remains.
Messed up. Cool.
That's the other reason I couldn't carry you. My arm's still all withered up from the crazy clown.
Could you prestidigitate me dry, please? Since, I don't know how I got pushed down that hill, and I just kind of do a cursory look around, and it settles a little more on Guy. I'm like, but somebody pushed me down the hill.
And just willfully blind to that little look of hate and just start prestidigitating from the top down.
All right.
I'll help working bottom up.
And I'll limp over and I'll just
What happened to you? I'm just...
the usual.
Part of him didn't die this time. It's kind of a new thing he's trying, eh?
He jumped
I got
through,
cut in half.
yeah.
Story.
Trying to jump through a portal.
These guys saved my ass, Ben.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, we met his dad. No, we didn't.
No.
We saw it.
You heard me yell
We
at
met
him.
his dad.
Yeah,
Something.
what
I'm confused.
Your family has some odd traditions?
That's one way to put it. Daddy Dearest, he is the rule book, eh? His title is Bureaucrat General of all the Aasimar.
Oh, he sounds like a very party-like,
Oh, fun guy, like for sure, eh?
Bureaucrat general. That has to mean that he's the guy that you always want at your party.
He's been breaking my ribs for being a little shit since I was 6.
I was gone
I can relate.
for maybe 2 hours. Maybe 2 hours.
Pen, a lot happened while you were gone. Please
You
don't
guys missed
leave
a
me
good
in
part,
charge
though.
again.
Yeah.
I didn't. I just stayed behind to study for maybe 2 hours. What? And then everything exploded. Are y'all okay? Well, you're not, obviously.
I'm never okay. Let's be honest here.
And
So
what's wrong
let's
with
just
you?
say if you see some really pretty people like me paying attention to me, you tell me, eh?
Oh, certainly.
Yeah, dear
so
old
are-
daddy's trying to have me killed now, eh? I probably shouldn't have
good.
looked like him and walked up Main Street naked waving my dick in the wind, eh?
Okay, Guy,
That's probably not how I should have gone home.
First off, that's hilarious.
I know, right? I mean, it's for sure funny, eh?
Secondly, maybe lead with they're going to try to kill me. I mean, that's kind of... Have I led with that?
I assumed they already were, eh? When I make his sword pink all those years ago, and he make a speech in front of the whole army, and he go to war, and he pull out the pink sword, and the whole, 100,000 people, they laugh at him, eh? I thought he's killing me then.
So, just so I'm up to speed, what I've gathered, there was a portal. Guy ended up back home, and
Yeah,
your dad was mad, and you two had to go get him.
out
Well,
of jail, I was strapped to the wall. They were
and-
going to kill me.
And before the portal, there was weird stuff going on. Like, I saw a bunch of heads of people that was there, but then it wasn't there. And Richard saw,
I saw
guy
a dead
jump out
Oddbach, but, he's fine
Uh,
there.
of,
Oh, and the painting thing, yeah.
and the chandelier tried falling on Guy, and then we tried going into the ethereal to see if hey, is this ghost or something fucking with us, and that's when Guy kind of just piff, and we couldn't go into the ethereal. So, and then we went down in the portal room, and there was this little tiny hole that
I tried to walk into the hole. It just, there's a hole here. It just kind of shows.
and then I was
like a
thinking
finger going through.
maybe there was something that was preventing us from going to other planes, so I opened a hole to the fire plane, and that seemed to make the little tiny thing freak out, and that's when we saw Guy, so Richard jumped through the hole and got cut in half, and I bamfed over, and now we're
good.
back.
Notes.
So welcome back, boss.
Never leave them alone.
How are you just
Under
figuring that out now?
I mean, seriously.
You'd think
Do
I
look
would.
like the responsible sort?
No, but I
Did
was
you
just in the
expect better
ethereal. You
from
could have
me?
come. You could have.
But we couldn't get to the ethereal. We tried.
Which is fair,
We did.
and I don't blame you at all. I will never ever blame you.
Oh, well, that's good.
Okay, so Guy, did you say something about your arm? Does Guy's arm look weird?
Well, from the
Remember
legless clown that sucked the life out of him when we first got down in the
Green
basement
Lantern?
before
The
somebody
the
blew the
ghost.
basement up.
that-
Thank you
Did
for
I
the
heal
raid.
you? I don't think
Oh.
I healed you.
Oh, yeah,
No,
so
this
thank you.
that damage is can't go away damage until I rest.
Thank you.
Ah, yes, necrotic, my favorite.
Not that we would know that, but you actually suggested it, so.
I did. So, and I'm just looking at Richard. Do you need fertilizer, or I don't exactly know what to do for you.
Do we
Honest-
need to put you in a pot?
Honest to God, I need an hour tops.
Cool.
Maybe
so,
This'll do its thing. And just the big green, the big green ring that's around Richard's finger just kind of pulses a bit. Just, how I've stayed alive a bit.
yeah, probably for the best that you took that one.
Uh,
So,
so I don't want to interrupt you guys or anything, but It looks like that storm is going to our home.
Right. Other
Right.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
really.
How many people are still here, Og? Other than us.
Just us.
Cool. Want to ride in a really funky cart?
Where?
Home?
No, where's the cart?
Right there, and I point
It's turned
over to where it should be.
And there's a giant pile of snow.
All right. It's underneath, guys. I mean, yeah. This happened. Eh? They plow the road. They go all the way around it. They make a big pile, and then you have to dig it out. It's terrible.
This is an inopportune time
Try
to
like
have.
digging into the snow.
I limp over and I do what I can with one hand while the other one's like digging into the ground to make sure that I can still stand.
I ineffectually cast infestation at the snow. They just freeze and die. They
Why are there bugs?
It's just in bed in the snow and stop.
Eventually, the weight of them will push it down.
I guess I'm just holding a produced flame, and
Yeah, I'm casting Green Flame Blade.
Okay.
Oh crap! It's making me roll.
Oh, right. Pull out my sword and flaming sword.
All right, flames. That's kind of my thing. Okay.
Oh, look. And I stop.
I just kind of-
All three of them can make flames.
I'm just holding it to the thing, hoping it'll melt.
All right. So between the three of you and Ogbog, you start to actually get it slowly melted down, and you're uncovering in the cart.
I would go back inside and get Lady Belladonna.
Yeah, she'll come out
That I can do.
and she'll kind of dig with her hooves, trying to get at it.
How long did this digging take?
It takes. How long does this take? This takes.
And assuming nothing happens, how long does it take to get back to the keep? Like, say, an hour or so? Just sort of. 'Cause I'm not helping.
It takes about. It takes about an hour and a half of solid digging.
Oh, cool. I'm going to then roll 9 d6s.
that's so long.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
96s? What, you can do that much healing while you're still digging?
Oh yeah, no, it's every 10.
It's the
every 10 minutes.
regeneration thing.
Oh, right.
One
right.
d6 every 10 minutes.
Yep.
So 9.
There you go.
I don't regen any spell slots, but I have
Yeah.
a working leg now.
Trust me, one of the things we want to pry off of him when he dies. I mean, eventually, when he.
My inner DM just said, let's go to the Fae and watch him go wild growth and see if he can try and stop himself from just.
Shopping. Okay. So you guys managed to dig the cart out, and Lady Bella / Veronica is there to be hitched up.
Back her in.
Yeah.
So, do we know why this happened?
Well, there are these big footprints that, we've been standing in one.
Yeah, and they're headed the same direction as the storm, right?
Yeah, some of these are giants.
That's not good.
Yeah, they are heading towards the keep. I told you guys once already. We have more than one enemy. Blackwind's not coming tomorrow, but somebody sure the hell is.
And yeah, Ogbog does a little bit of tracking check. Ooh. He's like, there's giants. Looks like hill, stone, frost. Couple ogres,
Right, we pissed off a civil war.
trolls, and too many contingents of hobgoblins and bugbears.
Why would they be?
No, I did stab somebody in the eye. And if they figured out...
Yeah, by the way, I said not to do that, but just saying. What?
How about we assume Blackwind is doing this? Like he's getting this all together, right? He's not this isn't the only one. He had more than one iron in the fire, right?
But he's gone. And why would they
So
still be?
his
But he
undead
might
army's
have-
not coming, but the allies, the giant, he spent all that time up there talking to them. They're still coming. They don't know if he's even dead.
All right, this is good. Now I'm not gonna die for nothing.
Who else we know shows up, eh? Who else he talked to? The
so
dwarves?
let's head off to the keep.
Yeah, let's get on.
Yeah.
Veronica, come on, let's go ethereal. Avoid the storm. Straight path.
Okay. So you all climb into the cart. And the cart just
Still
sits
here?
there. Yep.
Alright.
Okay, we're gonna get you looked at by someone who is both an expert in fairies and animals, so not me.
There's she can't respond to you guys because you guys aren't connected with her right now.
well,
But
I'm just talking to her
Yeah.
it's just, we'll see what goes on. Let's just get home now and worry about it later.
Wait, so we're not in the ethereal.
no, you're in the prime material.
Well, that would prompt a conversation and awakened mind. So I'm just gonna be like,
I'm getting her moving as you're doing this.
Are
I don't have a lot of
you-
time to waste.
are you not able? What's going on?
Something's blocking my ability to shift to another realm. I felt it when we were in the building, and it's still here.
Is it because we're too close to this place with a bunch of tears in reality?
I want to look at Lady Bella with Mage Sight.
Okay.
Eldritch said. Right?
Sorry for cutting you off, Ben.
No, it's good.
Magic CE thing.
I was gonna say, I think
Magic sighting. With Eldritch sight, she looks more or less normal, with the exception of the cracks that you could see in the ethereal plane. They're forming around her.
Ooh.
We're still moving while this is all happening.
Yeah. So she flies up, and she flies to the edge of this wall of a storm. And she says, I can't. Well, she stops and actually goes and lands. And through Awakened Mind, Pen, you hear her say that I can't fly in this. We're going to have to go on foot.
Okay, at that point, I would open up the party line so they could all hear this as well.
And did we manage to get in a short rest?
Uh,
I specifically did not help dig.
you can have a short 1 hour rest for not helping dig.
Sorry,
If that comes back, that's fine. That's all I needed.
At,
Go ahead.
at hearing the party line thing, I just kind of give Veronica a pat and go, "It's all right, baby. Come on, just we'll go on foot."
And
I'm going to cast Dispel Magic
okay,
right around us. Trying to make a bubble, kind of shield out whatever's keeping her here.
kind of just like an area of it.
Yeah, because game mechanically speaking, she uses an ability, not a spell. So
Yeah.
I want to block the magic so that she can use her ability.
Right. Okay,
At least try it.
go ahead and try it. Give me your best dispel magic roll.
What did I did? Oh, I didn't roll it. 1d20 plus 4. 22. So
22.
anything 12th level or lower,
Okay.
it's immediately in our region is dispelled.
All right. You cast it, and it's like lobbing a ball out there. You feel like it just doesn't land anywhere.
Okay. Well, I tried then.
We should get going if we have to go on foot.
Everyone, bundle up. Pen, you're fine.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm
We're
not-
going on foot in the cart, right?
So who's going to drive the cart?
I'm still driving.
Okay.
Is it cold out there?
It is
It's cold
chilly out here. It is brutal inside that storm.
I start digging around in my pack and pulling out little pieces of wood about this long. They're all kind of sparkly pale blue and this webbing, and I start putting them together.
Okay.
The back of the cart.
I'm gonna take the sending stone out and call to MT1.
I roll for animal handling now or later?
Well, later, because you're going to have to make some other rolls too. Because if you're driving the cart, you're outside.
Well, I was going to poke my head out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I was going to poke my head out
And
and be
that
like,
screaming Lilith emote is funny.
Give that
The
a
shattering glass, that's beautiful.
So, first, we're going to go through everybody's things that they're doing. So you can talk to MT1. MT1 responds. Yes, what is it?
So there's a maybe not so small sized army of giants heading towards the keep and a snowstorm. So be prepared for that. We're trying to beat them back.
There is a massive storm. All the buildings are snowed in. We have not seen an army as of yet. However, Kalazar does see something on the horizon. Kalazar and I are trapped in the Mage Tower. The armies are trapped snowed in the keep, and the remainder of the Mercenaries of Mischief are trapped within the Crab Shack.
Great. I'll relay this to the group.
Would we have to take out an ice giant to get the storm to stop?
I don't know.
Got to get home first.
We gotta get in there. I need to get my troops out.
can I would this be a nature check or an arcana check or both to try to see if I have heard of any kind of this weird seemingly magical storm coming out of nowhere?
The storm itself is not magic. 2 times I cast the spell magic into itself and it don't do shit.
Yeah.
There's something behind it though, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw something behind the storm.
You get the impression that the storm itself is natural, but whatever's driving it may be magical.
I'm looking at that picture and just going, heli skiing. Yes,
Yeah,
please.
right? I think I've been here. It's all right. So, are you guys driving the cart into the wall of storm? Are you gonna do a check, or you can do a nature or an arcana check if you like? Try and figure something out. See what you know about this.
In the process of melting out the cart, did it become clear? Would it be practical to have somebody sort of walking ahead and melting the snow to make the road easier to pass, or is that something that would be just too much work in this?
It would be very difficult. Yeah, from your arcana check, you kind of get the same impression that the storm itself is natural. The amount of concentration and power that would be required for somebody to magically create this storm is massive.
Oh yeah.
But if the storm itself was natural and simply being driven by a magical source, that's a bit easier.
Interesting. And I'm also poking my head out and asking Richard, I'm like, I don't get cold, right? If you want me to, I can drive the cart.
Sorry, I kind of turned my head. Generally there's kind of a mossy something growing on my face.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of being a bit of, just kind of grows into looking like a beard kind of thing. A bit.
Okay.
It's a little complicated. Right now it's just pine needles.
Yeah.
Because I've kind of shifted to very, very much a coniferous tree.
Coniferous, yeah.
Yeah. So,
and I've got a big coat on that I've...
Now that you've gone into it, I need Richard to make a Constitution saving throw. and he gets advantage with his warm clothes.
Oh, thank God I said I had warm clothes. No!
All right, you are stunned, sir. You are stunned by the cold. It snatches your breath. You can do nothing but crouch and shiver.
So
I'm just holding the reins and shivering.
Yeah,
So I assume I see this when I poke my head.
I imagine so.
Okay. We should probably get you inside.
Might not be a bad idea.
Guy, can you come help me bring Richard in? He's very wait, no, you'll get cold too. And I guess I have to try to drag Richard back in the cart.
There's like a window behind where the driver sits, so you might be able to just pull him in.
So I just push it, like flop him down and just kind of shove him in the window.
Let's do it. Make a roll.
Yeah, make a strength athletics roll to drag him in.
All right.
And I've been sitting in the back using prestidigitation to warm up that stone font that we use to direction find.
Nice.
I'm just
Like
casting, just
like a
continuously
sauna.
warming that. Yeah.
All right, you didn't
Nice
need
and
much
back
to
in the
kind of tip him in, so that's all right. You kind of tip him in and roll him inside. Thump, 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 thump.
All right. Well, I guess I'm driving the cart, so.
Stand him in the corner and put tinsel on him, eh?
Buddy, do you want to, like, I can sword, fire, like, warm up?
I can't really feel much of anything right now. And I'm imagining kind of just looks at one of the hands, and it's just completely blue.
Yeah, no, it's super cold.
Ugh. Seeing that, I take off my hat and I stick Handy inside it, and he's in his mitten, and I just put him in the cart, like set my hat down in the back of the cart, and I'm like, you just stay here.
Okay.
And I'll sit up front and with my...
I'm going to turn the hat over so Handy's stuck under the hat.
I just see the hat moving around the bottom of the cart now. It's skittering.
So yeah, I'm sitting up front, and I guess I'll call Whisper because she's not really physical, just so I have company up there.
And I
Okay.
very, very clearly keep casting prestidigitation on that thing in the middle, hoping that Richard will get the hint.
All right, so it is a whiteout
I can't
outside.
cast prestidigitation. I'm very sorry. I say that a lot.
Pen, how are you navigating this cart?
Very carefully. I'm just
Okay.
trying my best. I have no sense of direction. Why am I up here?
Because you're
guess-
the dude with all the frost resist.
Apparently, I guess I defer to Whisper because she's an aminal, and I'm gonna be like, you know how to get
What's
home,
that work?
right? Or actually, I guess Lady Bella knows how to get home. Maybe I'm like, there's just a big, open online conversation that's just like, so you know how to
Which
get
way
home,
should we
right?
go, right? You're taking us the right way. Her mane and her tail, the flames are as low as you've ever seen them. They're being buffeted by the wind in this cold. And she is trudging through the snow as best she can.
Party
Mm.
is open. I'm gonna try to give Pen as good of directions as I can, lying down in the ground. Lying down.
It's just forward.
It's party line, so I don't have to
Yeah.
mouth. So it's just move forward, jackass.
Wow. Okay. I brought you
Sorry,
inside.
I am very cold. I am not in a great place right now.
Who-
I apologize for my
He's half the man he used to be.
which is a quarter of a man in general.
Which I guess I'm
Maybe a
just
sixth.
I'm directing her, and I'm like as often and as quickly as I can, I'm casting produce flame and tossing it on her
Okay,
just to kind of stoke
Just like-
that, I guess.
here, have some fire. Have some more fire. You're going to be okay.
Luckily, there's
Doing the
nobody out
best
here
that
to
I
watch
can.
you fire bolting our horse.
Well,
Faster, Derek!
she likes it. This is different.
This is fine.
That's what you keep telling all the locals. No, she enjoys this. No, the screaming's part of it. It's just role play.
So you're moving through
Technically, this is all roleplay.
the snow. Yeah, this 100%.
I was ironically self-aware.
It's buffeting you. It is very uncomfortable. Even with your frost resist, you're getting a bit of a chill from this place. And ice is beginning to form around the cart. It is absolutely brutal. Until eventually you pass through the other side to see a massive army spread out, forming ranks and camps. And from the center, you see almost like a tornado of white snow projecting up into the sky and then swirling down around everything, creating this massive storm.
That's the fucker I want to dispel, eh?
Did it get really clear when we
hanging out the
came
window.
through?
Yes, it did. It's like you're in the eye of the storm.
It would probably be at around that point that Penn realizes I've been casting prestidigitation on the clothes over his ass about every minute to warm him up
Oh,
without telling him.
that's nice. Teamwork. Oh.
You know,
All
it's
toasty
one
I'm
of
freezing,
inside.
except for my ass.
You know, it's one of those seats warmed by robots or magic. Wonderful.
all
Heated
the
seats.
same, yeah.
Oh my god. Seats warmed by humans. Oh my god, it's warm.
That's a different feeling.
And I'm just whispering and awaken mind, guys. I think you should come out here. It's okay. It's not cold.
Just look out the front.
Yeah. You're at the back. At the back of this place, there's these giant tents. And that's where you are currently. So you feel comfortable that you're fairly well obscured.
You know what this would be a perfect time for.
Getting the fuck out of here?
Okay,
But that's probably not what you were going to say, eh?
I was going to say that one thing you occasionally like to use that very rarely is helpful. Like on a scale
Oh,
of 1
believe
to
me,
100.
we're doing the cannonball run over this thing. I just need to know if Lady Bella can get us to the other side, eh?
Do we
Are you
maybe
better
wanna
now? I'm
Find
asking
out
her.
why they're here?
Look what they're pointed at, Key 3. I'm assuming
Well-
they're facing towards the keep.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
I mean, we
know.
can ask, and then we can fight
Maybe
them.
they're here to help.
I want to believe. I want to believe.
I mean, and this is Penn we're talking about. The hands are still shaking like crazy. But it's just,
Oh.
this is Penn we're talking about.
Ogbog looks at this and says, "This is a war party.
Okay, all right. Well, you know.
This is a war party, and we're behind enemy lines, which means we're all commandos now."
I mean, I've been going commando this entire show. What about you guys?
That's what I smelled.
Sorry, non-canon.
And you wonder why you were so cold. Anyway,
Well, between that and the miniskirt, I mean...
so here we are behind enemy lines, and we can very clearly see. Okay, so obviously we were on the back end of that, and that's the storm, which means they're running into the keep. Which did Key 3, you did relay all the stuff from the Sending Stone, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Yeah, she said
Okay.
she did.
So then I'm gonna say, yeah, so that if we do nothing else, if we can handle that, then I think we're doing a good thing for the keep.
Well, and we do have this horn, and I pull out the horn from.
We have a horn, and this is an
We have-
army.
We have one remove army button for sure. I just want to make sure this is the only army that needs removing before we blow it. Eh?
Even if we got the horn, we got to shut down that storm to give them a clear shot.
Oh, good point.
Is there any way we can find out who does it?
The guy in the middle that's shooting snow out the top of his head is probably a good place to start, eh?
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear that that's where we're supposed to go.
Ogbok, how good are you at acting?
I'm not a thespian, per se.
Listen,
I feel like this is going to be a mistake. We shouldn't.
Key 3, can you tell if he's doing that by magic or that's something he can do for some other reason?
I will look at the snow tornado with Eldritch sight.
There is a massive source of magical energy emanating from the base of it. Wherever this is coming from, there's something very magical there.
Yeah, it's magic.
Cool. Let's go in and, Richard smash.
Just
how many times
get
can you
me close.
How many times can you use that wand, Guy?
The wand 7 times. Shutting that asshole down 1 more time until I rest again. Eh?
Okay, so
Want to rest before we go in there?
I want to go somewhere very far away from here and pretend this isn't happening, but I don't know we got time for either one of those. Eh?
Hey, come on. Let's do this. Let's be heroes.
Get me within 40 paces, I'll shut that fucker down.
that's great and all, but I have a plan that doesn't involve you all being killed by giants.
Ooh,
Oh, yes, I like
that's
this
a
plan.
good one.
This is a little unenlightened. Most races figure all bugbears look alike.
Mm-hmm.
There's bugbears here.
Oh, if you act like you've arrested us and are like
I literally
the prisoner.
suggesting this. What are you talking about?
This is why we asked if you were an actor, Ogbok.
Sorry, I didn't pick that up.
Okay, well, so
And your words made us very concerned.
Well, there's a difference between acting and just lying.
Yeah, like I don't.
And I defer to Guy on this.
When you turn around to look at me, I look like Ogbok.
Hey,
This mask of many faces.
there's 2 of us. That's even better.
Gee, you forgot that
And one of
freckle
us
left
can
ear.
talk the ears off of a snake.
Snakes don't have ears.
I already talked to that one.
Oh, okay.
A legend.
So, just in case, you guys are probably going to need disguises too. They might know who you are.
Ah, I pull out my disguise kit and make myself look like Finola.
Finola, excellent. the old costume you haven't put on in a while.
So yeah, like look very like librarian, like
Yeah,
scholarly-esque.
I'm ready.
I was gonna say I don't think I have anything for this.
I can help you guys.
Yeah, could you give him a hand? You're pretty good at this.
Yeah, I will use my disguise kit on and
Okay,
sure.
then paint me a picture of this disguise. What are we going with? How are we going to disguise Penithan Wright as a completely different person?
Um.
Can we give him one of those like pencil thin mustaches?
Oh, I was gonna go for like a big, like burly, like.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah, like.
The handlebar one.
Yeah,
The
big
ones that you feel like
mustache
you could grab
and like
twist.
bags under the eyes, and make him look a lot older.
And you just hear that song from the SpongeBob movie, Now That We're Men, and I'm just like, I have a mustache. Oh, I can't stop touching it.
And what do you do with Richard?
This is a very difficult thing because
Yeah.
I mean I'm mostly wood.
Cover him with a tarp.
I'll try and like.
Bundle him up like a Christmas tree and we'll carry him.
Yeah, I'll try and make it look like he's got a bunch of like burn marks around the wood, and then like put bandages over it.
Okay.
So, like,
That
cover
could
up the
work.
wood parts with bandages as much as possible and just look like, oh, you got burned badly.
We could do that, or we could bundle him up like a cut down tree and just carry him like a felled tree. Guy can get the front end, Ogbok will get the back end. And he's also
Carrying him like a log.
firewood. Yeah.
We found a log that looks like a person.
And I'm an adult.
You said that with such conviction.
I gotta convince them. They gotta know.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah. And that's what adults do. They walk around all day going, I'm an adult. Yes.
I am an adult.
And
Okay, so
stole my bit.
you stole my bit. Oh, we can't do that. Okay, so Ogbok is going to take up the back, holding up Richard's legs.
Yep.
Oh, so that's what we've decided on. Okay.
Oh yeah, no,
that's
this is what we're going with. You are wrapped in a tarp with like bundled up tight, like a Christmas tree being taken home.
Oh, and I guess I would have finished them on the way. So strapped to the back of my backpack is now a pair of snowshoes. But
Okay.
I'm not wearing them
Oh, perfect.
because I look like Ogbok right now, not like Guy.
Yeah, and then we'll tie some ropes around the hands of Key 3 and Pen, and we'll carry them in a chain.
But I'm an adult.
Yeah, I'll kind of very specifically try and make sure it's like the type of knot that we can get.
Yeah, you can slip. Yeah, you can.
Is the
You're-
one I'm tied in able to be slipped out of? Probably not.
Well, look, the idea
Ogbog.
is that they'll unfurl together. Ogbog and Guy will unfurl you into battle. It's just like unfurl the tarp, and Richard plops out ready to go.
Does Richard
You
have
know,
legs
Ogbok,
again?
I've never carried firewood back to the camp. You usually drag it, don't you? We should drag the firewood back to the camp.
Yeah, we should probably drag it from the front. Let the legs drag in the dirt.
Yeah,
that
close your
field-
mouth.
That field looks really rocky.
It's covered in 4 feet of snow. We don't know.
It's probably fine.
There's just going to be a muffled, "Oh, this is exactly like back home."
This is the most at home I've ever felt.
And I hate it. I hate it so much. Why
Okay,
are you
so-
making me relive these painful memories?
You only hurt the ones you love. Shut up.
So you two are prisoners now. You're an adult, but you're also a prisoner. You have to be both.
Adult. Yeah, that sounds about right.
I'm a prisoner to life.
And so you start moving forward, and once you get around this kind of massive tent, you can see the whole place is a bustle of activity. There are hobgoblins and bugbears clad in armor with weapons running about. Ogres are being strapped into a kind of backpack ballista on which
they're wearing the ballista. Okay.
yeah, they're
carrying
wearing them on
ballista?
the they're wearing it on their backs. Now they're
That
not
is
they're not
considerably better
catapulting
than a
ogres.
huge ballista that fires ogres.
Like one of those is terrifying. The other one is just okay.
and as the ballistas are being loaded up, these massive jagged iron balls are put onto the ballistas. Hatches open up and hobgoblins pile into the hatch.
You know what? I'm gonna dress
That's how
so
they're
I
getting
look.
over the wall. Eh?
I'm gonna dress so at least I look like I'm in a burlap sack.
That's perfect. And there are also frost giants moving around, clad in more steel and iron than you expect to see on frost giants.
Uh-huh.
And some of them have weaponry on them, like strapped to parts of them that you saw before.
Stout beard.
Stoutbeard Bladeworks.
Yep.
This is
Before we
important.
go too
Oh, go ahead.
far, like before we're really seen, I want to cast Mage Armor. on
It-
myself.
This is
Mage armor
important
is cast.
too.
It's difficult to see through that towel.
I could cast Armor of Agathis, and they would just think I got really cold. But the important thing is, I'm telling Lady Bella. So we came in from the back.
Yep.
I'm letting them know as I do it, but I'm letting her know to go at the edge, go around to the front, and because we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna bolt forward, like toward home. So I want her on the side of the field toward home.
Okay.
Everybody
So
okay
she-
with that?
Can you check and see if she can do the ethereal thing from here? Because if that's the case, she can be right here.
Oh well, I mean, yeah, if that works, can you?
She says. She replies back, "No, I'm trying it, and whatever's stopping me is still nearby.
It's okay. We love you.
But I will attempt to remain hidden. If the storm is dispelled, I can fly out of here."
Perfect. Okay, gotta get back into
Is this camp? This is coming from Guy, who's like his dad runs the army. Is this camp set up like a regular military camp? Is there a plan to it?
It is remarkably well organized for the types of creatures that are in here.
Right. So there is a clear grid of streets, and
Yeah, like it's
you can
not.
tell where the headquarters is and where the peasants, the low-ranking soldiers are, and
Yeah,
there's
and
the hierarchy.
it seems to be. You can tell right away. It's not formed in a grid, but it's more formed in concentric circles.
Oh.
So the outer areas are the lower, and
Gotcha.
then you get into higher ranking, more officers as you go further in towards the center.
Right.
Are there any
So yeah, hobgoblins, hill giants, frost giants, whoever's in charge, sort of thing. Okay.
Yes.
Are there any flags like bearing insignias or anything?
There are a number of different flags bearing insignias of various war bands, collected groups, hill giant factions, frost giant factions.
Interesting.
This appears to be a mix, a kind of coalition.
So yeah, I'll use the Mask of Many Faces to add one of the predominant one, like one of the common bugbear symbols, whatever they're wearing. I put
Oh,
one
yeah.
on me too, so
And Ogbog
cover the daisy.
like leans down,
yeah.
covers the daisy in some mud.
Yeah.
This isn't his first rodeo. He
Yeah.
knows what he's up to. And he kind of leads everybody along. And eventually you guys find your way up to what appears to be a hobgoblin commander. He's clad in some managerial armor. You know,
Got a
you
metal
can tell
tie.
he's
It's overly clean and underly functional.
yeah, he's clearly the guy one of the guys giving orders around here. And Ogbog kind of whispers to you, "Ask him where we take the prisoners."
This is also not my first rodeo. And and we walk up and we're dragging the firewood, and I say my best bugbear voice. We found these ones wandering around behind the lines.
How are they getting in through the storm? The whole point of the storm is to make sure we don't have stragglers wandering in. I thought humans were more fragile than this. They're supposed to die in the cold.
And I look around all surreptitiously and say, maybe that thing casting the magic isn't as good as we were told, eh? Oh, no, sorry, without the accent. Sorry, no, without the Guy accent. Maybe that thing isn't as good as at casting the magic as we were told.
The Jarl
Walking
said
into
the
a trap.
cask would do the trick. You want to tell him that it's not working?
I don't want to tell them anything. I want to get these inside there and get the hell out.
Yeah, all right. Well, take them in, third circle. They've got a holding pen in there. We'll feed them to the trolls.
And I know how this works. I get to the next door and they say who sent you, and I don't know. So what the hell's your name?
Oh, fuck off.
All right, fuck off. I'll tell them you sent me.
Lieutenant Boneshanks.
Boneshanks. All right. Lieutenant. I like that. He's
Yeah.
Canadian. Or British.
Yeah.
All right, Boneshanks. Stay warm.
Pff.
You can't do this to me. I'm an adult.
Your food.
Mm.
Oh, the trolls are going to fight over that one. The things they're going to do to that before they eat it. Oh, my God.
And in Awakened Mind to Guy, I'm just like, you're making me uncomfortable.
I'm just playing a part, my little friend. Don't take it seriously. I'm sure they don't eat you.
Yeah, those are some messed up trolls, too. Escapees.
Oh, is that the freaky ones with the... Is that the freaky ones with the wings?
Yeah, some of them got way too many arms.
Oh, flying trolls. Nobody needs that. Bigger hats. That's what we need. Bigger hats. If trolls are going to fly, I need a bigger hat.
Just be careful. If you see an empty cage with a box or a barrel in it, it's not empty.
Who the hell puts a barrel in a cage? What is wrong with these people?
In Awakened Mind, I'm just going to say to the group, remember they were able to look like normal things?
Uh-huh.
Mimics are really cute when they're not trying to kill you.
No, they're not. No. Mimics aren't even cute when they look like a bunny. They're just...
Hard disagree. So you leave Lieutenant Boneshanks behind and start moving through this place. And yeah, this is a substantial force. And they have weaponry here that these races should not be able to build.
Can we see the names on? Like, it's definitely Stoutbeard product.
Oh yeah. The brand is all over it. Always always be branding.
Marketing. Yeah.
This is Stoutbeard's Bladeworks tagline. If the enemy comes at you and he's using Stoutbeard's Bladeworks, you better be. Because nothing else is going to hold up against it.
In Awakened Mind to them, I'm going to say, didn't we... The last place we saw him was in Waterdeep, and he had been supplying the Civil War. I remember that, but with these, and I can't really gesture with my brain, but I guess if you look at where I'm looking at like bugbears and like hobgoblins. I'm like, would they have even been involved in a giant Civil War?
No, but they were probably involved in the creation of metal men. Eh?
These creatures that you're seeing, it's not uncommon for giants to take these kinds of creatures as slaves or subordinates.
Thralls.
Yeah, thralls. And most of these races tend to be the kind that, oh, you're bigger and stronger, you're the boss then.
Interesting.
And so as you guys move through, you come across what could be charitably described as a camp. It's more like a squatter's area, and there's a bunch of Ents in there.
Ents?
Or Ettins. Sorry, Ettins. My mistake.
Oh,
Ettins.
okay.
So the two-headed,
Count the heads.
two-headed, beastly-looking creatures, about the size of hill giants, and they're just kind of brawling and having it out. And instead of the usual brutal clubs that they have, they've actually been given these bladed fists.
Do you still have Awakened Mind open? Like this whole time? Basically, yeah. Good. You guys, the last thing we want is to call attention to ourselves. We get close enough. I do my thing. I make that disappear. And in the fuss, we sneak away. And I look very pointedly at the log that we're dragging. We are that. We sneak. In Awakened Mind.
Give him a tap. Now, the problem that you run into is that as you approach the holding cells to place your captives, it is not close enough to get a look at whatever's projecting this storm.
Hey, Ogbok, you know how anytime we try to get Whistle Whip to do something, there's 400 pages of paper to fill out, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
I need you to go over there and get that guy to get you to fill out 400 pages of paperwork before he take these two. I need to go for a walk, eh?
Back the firewood.
Trees can't talk, Rich.
He can awaken mind. He's in the loop, right?
And in Awakened Mind, I'll say, or Pen or I say that we have important info for the leader that we're willing to trade for our lives.
Or you could just take us with you, period, because I don't want to be here. That's good too.
Well, if you guys are prisoners, this is as far as you go, eh? But I like that idea. Who you know what about, eh?
Secret weapon that the keep has?
Do we have a really
Amongst
big
all these other
cloak?
things, you are also sneaky, eh? Okay, I like this idea. Everybody else?
If we have a really big cloak, I can put key 3 on my shoulders. It would just be one really tall person. Or
She can just float 5 feet off the ground and be tall.
You're an old man. You could be her grandpa.
who?
You.
Do I look that bad? What did you do to me? Okay, so I'm Grandpa, and you're trading information for both of our lives because I have arthritis from doing taxes for years because I'm an adult. So
Sure.
Yes, that's
So how about Grandpa's mute, eh? How about that? I think maybe Grandpa's mute.
and it's just in
My
Awakened.
fingers hurt from doing taxes and adult paperwork.
I can always tell when there's a storm coming because my joints will start to ache.
Oh, Grandpa.
Oh, me. All right, so yeah.
I think those are the guys that are going to let us in. And he points to two ice giants that are blocking the way to the next circle.
Are you going to take the wood with you, please?
You're a gift.
Cool.
You're a really nice tree, and you're a gift for the boss.
Okay, I like this plan overall, but we cannot allow them to take us all the way into the big tent in the middle, eh?
We just got to
Then
get
when
close
shit
enough
breaks out, exactly. We get
for
close
you to
enough,
do your thing.
and then in the resulting mayhem, we bugger off, eh?
Well,
Okay.
and you insist that the giants that we have to get past, they should stay to make sure that nobody else gets in, and that you know where you're going, and you've got us like, oh, tiny child and old man. We're not going to pose any threat.
Oh, my finger.
I thought we decided you were mute.
And through just Awakened Mind, I'm like, I can be quiet, but I can't be quiet. So you have your option. But in Tagi, I do say specifically, I'm like, he said a cask, and I am concerned because will Dispel Magic keep it from ever doing magic again, or should we grab and run?
Spell
don't
magic
wanna-
makes a spell stop. That's all it does.
Oh,
Or makes magic stop. So
I think we better get a look at it.
Grab it and run.
Let's
I wa-
move.
I look at my book and I'm like, are you ready? Are you hungry again? I don't know how you just kind of tickling him. Like, you want to eat? Do you like to eat?
Your book doesn't say anything. And the eye just blinks a few times, and you can feel the disappointment.
the same disappointment as that night you came home drunk. But that hasn't happened yet, so.
I'm gonna take that as a yes. It's fine.
All right. So he's like,
Keep your
okay,
eyes open. They were looking for
you
a
take the
barrel
lead.
in a cage. Eh? This is probably such a bad idea.
Nadia, imagine the stories we're gonna tell.
So the two big frost giants are kind of blocking this small log gate to go through the next area.
We've been walking through quite a bit now. Can I make myself look like a lieutenant bugbear, like an important one?
Bugbears wouldn't be lieutenants. They're more like shock troopers.
Okay, so like
Ogbog is an
sergeant,
exception to the
maybe
rule. It would,
corporal. Anyway, they sort of somebody.
it would be a hobgoblin.
Oh,
would
okay.
be the next step.
That's sort of that's the next circle. Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're still my height. So yeah, there's chaos going on all over the place. I swirl around behind a tent and come back out as a hobgoblin.
Okay.
And walk up to the two guards.
You guys, I got prisoners. They want to tell everything. We scared the shit out of them. Literally, the big one shit himself.
Ah, I'm so old.
Okay, Grandpa.
Oh, and I got a log that looks like a people, too. Look, it looks like a people.
There's just one wooden leg sticking out of the tarp.
Oh no, I am busily as fast as I can getting the bark to grow around the entire body. It's open so I can still breathe.
Not yet.
The two of them lead down. You're freed. He wants to go in.
Yes,
What do you have for the boss?
we have secrets. This one, the little one, knows things.
Knows what kind of things?
Things that you don't need to know, but the big guy in the middle needs to know, yes?
He doesn't have patience for time wasters.
And so if I'm a time waster, he kills me. No threat to you.
You sure you can handle them both?
That one's tiny and that one's ever so old.
I'm so old.
You see, ever so old.
This just sounds so much like Khajiit wares if you have the coin.
And the log moves sometimes, you have to kick it. And I kick it.
This was very out of character.
This was not.
All right, I need you.
A hollow sound comes from a sound of
You open your mouth and goes, whoomp.
Give me a deception check.
A deception. Oh,
Yeah.
And while he's
happened to
doing
be-
that,
that's awful.
Oh no! Oh no!
Please tell me these guys are idiots.
Well, look, they're frost giants, so they're not super smart. Oh no! I think we should take the prisoners. Eh, Freed?
That's a very
Yep.
good idea. I'll
We
just come
should
with
take
you.
them.
That way, if it is time wasting, they'll kill you instead.
No. In Awakened Mind, I remind him, I was like, but if they leave their posts, they'll get in a lot of trouble, and somebody else might sneak in.
Do you want to try to intimidate them that they might get in trouble if they do this?
I was kind of thinking along the lines of scaring them by saying if they come with us and it's a time waste and they don't know this person, right?
You,
It's
you
a
can
waste
take
of time. They're the ones that told me that their boss will kill whoever's the time waster, right?
you can take either route. It's still an intimidation check.
and while
Okay,
you're
that's-
doing that,
Thank you. You essentially gave me advantage because I have +7 on this as well. That's a little better.
Okay.
I should just gone with this right from the start. I intimidate giants. This is the second time.
They look at each other. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble, George.
You
You're right,
bastard
Freed.
Can't enjoy 14 feet of ice up the ass.
All right, little thing. You can go in. And he opens it up.
Fucking freezing out here.
It's not as bad as it is on the other side of the storm. Consider yourself lucky or you'll go in the bolts.
I'm cold-blooded. There's nothing lucky about this.
And then you guys slowly
Drag
move
everybody
through.
in, yeah.
This next area is all hobgoblin captains, ogres being fitted with heavier machinery, and stone giants and frost giants. And these frost giants are decked in armor, and the stone giants are decked in armor.
That's less abnormal, though, right? Those two.
Well, the frost giants, usually frost giants, heavy furs and that kind of thing. There's
Right.
more heavy armor in these frost giants. And whereas their weapons would usually be made with stone or rough iron, these are polished, well-made weapons.
So I'm gonna act like we're on a mission. I'm heading straight for the center.
Just going right through
Yeah,
everything.
like we own the place. I've used that
Okay.
phrase about 4 dozen times as Guy. So, like I own the place. Right down the road.
So you continue to move through and you get to the gate for the center circle. And there are 2 stone giants guarding the gate for the center circle. Speak the Lord's name.
Which one? There's dozens.
Speak the Lord's name if you wish to have his audience.
Shit.
In Awakened Mind to Geo said, somebody mentioned a Jarl saying it would do the trick? The cask?
We have a present here for the Jarl. The little one knows stuff. We caught her sneaking away. We caught her sneaking away from the keep.
The storm is supposed to kill the small things.
Well, it didn't, did it? I wonder what else they lied to us about. Wonder what else they're not doing as they said.
The Jarl should be informed of this failure.
Immediately, don't you think?
And they seem very weak. Perhaps this storm is not as powerful as they said.
As I've told you, I went through it, and I'm cold-blooded. It's just a storm that someone's taking credit for.
So, make another deception check on these guys.
Oh, that's much better.
Oh, that's a good roll. All right. Fine. Move on. And they open up the gate.
Don't count on the storm to protect you.
As I lead the rest of them through.
And as you go through the gate, in the center, stacked up on this moving pedestal, kind of like a litter, like it's carried by 4 giants.
Yeah.
And now that they've set it down, it's just sitting on top of it. There is a small chest with a bright blue light emanating from it, and it's just spewing this storm into the sky.
Open, right?
Yes.
Now we've got 2 ways to fix this.
Is there any other entrances other than the one we just came in? I'm assuming
No.
this is the center circle, right? This is the
Yeah,
holiest
this is
of
the
holies.
center. This is the center circle, the holiest of holies. And there are 3 large tents here. And there's also a contingent of siege ogres loaded up with these troop transport wrecking balls.
Okay, I'm in Awakened Mind. I'm just going to. Everyone got really quiet.
And just an awakened mind of just like, I think we should steal it.
And listening to all of that, I grab Pen like he tried to run, and I kind of wrestle with him and use that to cover the somatic components. And I'm within 120 feet of this little box that's spewing out the snow.
Yep.
And
120 feet? Not quite. It's in the center, and you guys just came in.
yeah, so I grab him like he tried to run away.
Okay.
No.
And I start heading towards the big tents in the middle.
Well, the tents are actually arranged along the outside. So where you come in,
Okay.
there's the centerpiece, and then the tents are arranged along the other side of it.
Oh, okay. In that case, I grab him and push him in front of me and try to make it look like I'm pulling him back as he pulls me towards the center where the thing is.
No, you can't go in there.
I'm old, please. I'm sorry, Grandma.
Grandma?
That wasn't terrible until right then when you told us who you were basing this on. Up until then, it was just fine.
Okay. So what are you attempting to achieve with this maneuver?
I'm trying to get him to look like he's pulling me, like he's trying to run into that center area. I'm trying to get within 120 feet of this box.
Okay.
And then use him struggling with me to try and cover up. It's only verbal and somatic components, so I don't need any real effects, but yeah.
Do you want, Edna Awakened might have are you wanting me to go forward? Do you want me to make a scene? Is that what you want?
Get to the box, old man. And he slips out of my hand.
Oh no! I guess I just
Whoa! I'm escaping!
I'm gonna run after them and just be like, Grandpa!
No!
And meanwhile, there's a log and Ogbok standing by the door.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, if before you guys leave 30 feet, I'm just gonna go. Where did you guys go?
I got you. I'm gonna carry you up there.
I'm just spouting nonsense as I run. They faked the moon landing and the water supply and the ghost brought corn dogs. What is that?
The millennials wrecked Applebee's.
That's the bandwagon we chose to jump on.
Okay, so you charge out and Guy, you go up behind him, chasing him.
Yeah, and I run towards him and kind of grab him and stumble and dispel magic on the box if I can.
Okay, give me a dispel magic roll. It's going to be a big number because this is a powerful artifact.
D20 plus 4. Come on, you can do it. That's a fairly big number. 21.
Ooh, that's pretty good. It stops for a bit. And as it stops for just a little bit, a stone giant walks out of the largest tent, clad in shining silver armor, with a gaudy golden crown on top. And he is followed by a berogged stone giant figure. It says, "Why is it stopped?" And the figure goes, "I don't know, sir. Certainly there is some kind of trickery afoot. Perhaps we should ask these individuals." And it gestures to all of you. And we're going to stop right there and have a little break.
Die here.
Not a problem. Got this covered. This is the easy part. This is just talking. We are now in Guy's wheelhouse.
I sure hope so. Wow. All right. Giants. Yes. Well, I guess it's a good time to mention that when we get to 1,000 followers, we'll be doing a giveaway. As well as other things going on that you could. This is overwhelming. Let's go to break.
Freely from the
All right, let's get back into it and see how the Warlocks die. I'm just assuming that's what's going to happen.
Pen is mirroring me.
I'm trying to learn how to be a really good DM. So
How to be look. It's all you got the hat. The hat is the important accessory, and it's all about the look. And then you need to bring the show back and make everybody feel comfortable again. Hello, welcome back to Too Many Warlocks. When last we left our heroes, they were in a predicament a bit of a pickle, where they're at the center of this massive invasion camp comprised of hobgoblins, bugbears, ogres, ettins, and
Three different
giants
types
of 3 different varieties. It is a 3 giant pizza.
With hobgoblin stuffed crust.
Yeah, with hobgoblin stuffed crust
That sounds
and jagged
horrible.
metal hobgoblin balls being launched from ogres. It was worth it for that face. Okay. So you found yourselves in the center of this and found this cask open and spewing this storm, and your counter spell has interrupted it. And while it is interrupted, this armored, regal-looking stone giant has walked out with this berobed figure, and they have decided that they're going to ask you about this.
It is exactly what I came here to warn you about. Those that gave you that lied to you. They are working with the ones from the keep. This one told us. They plan to drop the storm at exactly the wrong moment. I have arrived just in time.
Oh boy.
There's this phrase, in for a penny, in for a pound. We heard this phrase?
This is
He probably made it.
oh boy. Give me that deception check, Gibu Toms. Oh, that is such a high number. Oh, man. All right. Still not high enough.
Oh, shit.
No, yours is high enough. His isn't.
Oh, his wasn't. Oh.
He rolled pretty high too, but he doesn't have the high. He doesn't have the heights that you do. He says, he turns to his advisor. Maybe we should ask the Jarl of his cask of endless winters, as it seems to have ended.
My lord, if I may be so bold. This one and their grandfather saved us. They are the ones that brought this information. Maybe let them go if they promise not to return to the keep.
Did you bring me this information?
Yes.
Speak when you are spoken to.
I'm disabled, and I fall over in the sky.
This is exactly like the IT crowd. What happened to you? You're disabled.
I'm disabled from something.
How did you lose the use of your legs? Ah, sit.
The Stone Lord is addressing you. How did you come across this information?
I was studying at the keep and overheard them talking about their plans to sabotage the cast of Endless Winters.
And this is what passes for an adventurer these days.
Well, this subterfuge, as it is too late. We're in position. We're about to begin firing the ballistas. As I'm sure you know.
We'll just get out of your way then.
And
But that's not.
I
That's not the keep. It's an illusion.
I need you all to make a perception check first, and then Keith, I'm going to let you make that a deception check.
Can I have to take mine with disadvantage, right?
See nothing.
Yeah, you don't see anything. Yours is super disadvantage wrapped in that tarp.
Focused on.
Aha!
Aha!
Numbers that were really close together.
P3, before you say your deception, you notice that the advisor is looking very closely at the bundled up present that you guys have.
Yeah, I'm dead.
But it's a, like trying to get his attention. Like it's an illusion that they knew you were coming, so they made it look like it was over here, but it's actually a mile that way. So you're gonna be throwing them into just an empty field. And look, I'm giving you all this information, and please don't kill me. Yeah.
All right, give me that deception.
Oh
Oh no!
And I'm just writhing in the snow.
No.
this.
I'm a frozen baby.
My old bones. No. They bend so.
A careful ruse, but I'm afraid it's not working. Those
However,
people.
tell the truth about the box. That must count for something.
Yes. Advisor, bring the Jarl out.
No.
Or writhing. Anything to distract from the.
And they call out, and this regal looking frost giant with a massive two-headed axe walks out of the tent. King Feldspar, what is the meaning of this? Your cask of endless winters has ended. These people say that you are in league with the enemy. That's impossible. This. Let me take a look at it. And he throws his axe down at the ground, and it ripples, it shakes your feet as it embeds itself into the earth, and he walks over to it. Thump, 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 thump.
I just give the other guy the look, like the eyebrow, like, see? He's nuts.
He's crazy. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
He's a nutter. And he takes a look at it, and he kind of like closes the lid and then opens it again, gives it a little shake. And it does sputter for a little bit, and then it begins to project the storm again. Somebody disrupted it.
And I mutter just loud enough for the other guy to hear.
Must not be very powerful then.
You little worm tongue. Okay. I'm proud. Must not be very good.
The second time in 38 episodes that Guy's got to do this.
And the man who has been identified as King Feldspar takes a look at everything. He says, perhaps it isn't. People have slipped through. It is stopped. Maybe you don't deserve a place at the center. Perhaps you should be on the front lines. I stayed with you even after the war came apart. You know I'm loyal to the cause.
You have
Maybe
much
loyal.
to discuss.
And I bow and start dragging these guys all back.
And as you start dragging everybody back, the robed figure whispers to the king, "What do you have wrapped up there?"
It was a present, but it seems silly and foolish now.
My advisor says it is of interest to me.
As you wish.
My bones.
At this wide-eyed,
Shall I have it
wide-eyed
taken to your
Ogbog.
quarters?
No, unwrap it here.
Of course. The other two, though, they can go. The annoying old man and the little girl.
I'm disabled, and I just keep flailing, trying to
Please,
sell this.
please let them go. I have had enough of them.
Oh, no, please.
Okay, Grandpa, we're gonna.
I'm so cold. Where am I? Who are you? Why is he so tall? Have I been annoying enough yet? Do I have to continue?
They will stay for now. Now unfurl what you have with you.
Of course.
And I go over and start making a big fuss out of unwrapping Richard.
In a way,
One of the men carved it from a tree. They thought it was funny.
And the bark is spread across the entire body.
Is Awakened Mind still up?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Going to try to get them not to burn you?
Ogbog says, we're going to have to grab that thing and get out of here ASAP. Does anyone see an escape route?
I can take us to the fire plane.
What about that? And he kind of gestures towards the catapults.
Is that okay? I don't think we have a choice.
How big is the cask?
It's like a chest. It's about so sized.
Okay.
So one of you could carry it. Probably not Key 3, but probably Pen or D could carry it, or Ogbog.
Okay, here's a question. How ferociously is the stuff coming out of the chest?
Pretty ferociously.
Okay, how far away am I?
You are, we'll say you're about 80 feet away.
Okay.
And they're walking up to this unfurled, bark-covered, attempting to be a tree Richard.
Nice.
In awakened mind, I say to Richard, "Get ready to duck," and I start backing away towards the cask.
Yeah.
I was kidding, my lord. It actually does something quite amazing. Watch this. Rise, wooden golem, rise!
These kind of bits of the wood begin to kind of as almost animated and
I have nearly perfect control over it, masters.
And I'm still backing away towards the cask.
Okay. Nearly perfect.
There were 5 in this party just before we arrived. That's why we knocked it out and dragged it in. It ate one of them.
All right, and how are you performing this, Richard?
sorry. I've only been told to rise, so after this point, I'm kind of just in a position of standing as stock still as possible.
Okay.
And as soon as I get the chance, I'm grabbing that cask and pointing it at them like a hose.
Okay. Oh.
You know that's a two-way street, right?
Oh yeah, I'm going that way every bit as fast as it's going that way, but I want to go that way anyway, so...
All right. So roll me a stealth check to
Okay.
see if you get all the way up to it without getting noticed.
Yeah, probably
That
not.
this is what you're after.
Oh, look at me going today.
Oh, your rolls are holding today.
Numbers. All the numbers.
Okay. No. All right then.
And yeah,
So
I'm
you-
assuming that they failed, so they're still looking at Richard sitting up. And yeah,
Yeah,
just
they're still looking at
Right
Richard.
at
So
him.
you grab it and you start pointing it
flipping
right
up on
at
the edge
them.
and, yep.
And the advisor moves to guard the king, and then they're cloaked in snow immediately. And it blasts them.
I don't
Guy,
know if you
make
can
a.
thaumaturgy awakened mind, but I triple the volume in everybody's head. Run!
Guy, I need you to make a strength check.
Okay.
A strength save, actually.
Strength save.
Were we in the blast radius of this?
I'd say you guys were far enough back. Jeez, Guy.
They do. Look at me go.
You're just rocking those rolls today. You're able to keep your footing as this thing blasts out this winter storm at everyone. And gates fly open and frost giants are advancing on you.
Yeah, I'm just fire hosing them while these guys are getting away.
Okay.
And now it's up to them to come and save me.
Okay. I am.
All right. So the layout is there are a number of ogres pointed towards the keep. And there's also one ogre siege backpack that's just sitting on the ground with a ball loaded into it. What are you guys gonna do? Guy's got you covered.
Noise. Ah!
Ah!
I am moving to Guy as fast as I can.
Okay. Richard's moving for Guy.
Run!
Ogbog makes a run for the balls.
Also, where is where I need a ratio, or not a ratio, a reference as to, so the thing's in the middle, and then
Yeah.
he's hosing them off, and then I
So picture, okay, so there's a circle.
guess.
You guys are near the entrance of the circle.
Mhm.
The guys are here to the side of the center. The tents are to the back of the center.
Mhm.
And then to the right of the center is where the siege equipment is pointing towards the keep.
Gotcha. So there's nothing in between. Okay. Well then I'm gonna call out with awakened mind to Guy and say, "Get down here! Just keep aiming and run that way."
Get the fucking card! Get the fucking card!
And I am cast. Well, do we have to roll initiative before we start doing anything?
Let's roll initiative.
Good thing I started running before that.
Oh, can't even fail that.
Your rolls are on point today. I thought this was going to be more difficult.
I paid my account yesterday. They must like me.
All right.
That extra $10 for Craig in marketing is really paying off this week.
Absolutely. Oof. All right, and we'll say then and then we'll put the guards at 6, and we'll put that guy at 9. All right, so Guy, you're up.
I want to try and move with this thing in front of me if I can.
Okay.
Try and move so that I'm between. So there's the gate, and then me, and then them. So that
Okay,
everybody can get past me out the gate.
if you're going to do that, I need you to make a strength save to keep holding this thing because it is
Absolutely.
blasting out.
Yeah, not so good.
How far
Your
away
luck
from
is
the
run out
Yeah.
onto your back, and you are launched backwards on it.
Yep.
So the king and his advisor and the Jarl are now in play again.
Yep.
All right. Next up, we've got Pen.
So, oh man, just you can help me out with this because I want to cast Hunger of Hadar to try to give ourselves some time and cover. So
Okay.
I want to say it's a 20-foot radius. So
Okay.
looking at either the Jarl, I'm essentially sizing up which is going to be more beneficial. Could I get everybody in there? Or would I have to pick the soldiers or them?
You could get the 2 advancing guards or the king, the advisor, and the Jarl.
and the advancing guards are advancing, and the Jarl are still they're recovering. I'm guessing from.
Yeah, they're still cloaked in snow from this blast of this storm.
So yeah, I'm just gonna whip out Hunger of Hadar and just place it right on, maybe a little ahead, where they're right in the back of it, so they have to come through the full thing of the guards.
All right. So you're placing it like an obstacle in front of them?
Pretty much. Maybe where they're kind of already starting in it, but where they're, that way they can't just run around it.
Right. Optimal placement. Okay. So you do that. Do they have to make any saves when they're in it? They're just in it.
If they start in it, they take 2d6, and if they end on it, they have to succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 2d6.
Okay, well, they're going to take 2d6 just for you plopping it right on them. Herbert, roll some damage for me.
What kind of giants are these?
These are frost giants.
Yeah, they would have advantage against the damage.
Yeah, so would it be...
Well, they would have resistance, so roll 2d6s and I will...
Yeah. The second 2d6 is acid, though.
Yeah.
So 2d6 cold, so they take 2, I guess?
Yeah. They take a little bit of damage, but I mean, the goal is to be an obstacle.
It's difficult to
You're not looking to fight 5 giants right now.
No, it's just dark and hard to move through.
Yeah, so as an obstacle, it serves its purpose. All right, Ogbog makes a mad dash. He's heading towards that ballista to try and get out of here. And now it's Richard's turn.
Yeah, I'm going... Sorry, my hand has gone to my belt to pick something off of it. But aside from that, I'm going to Guy and getting him back on his feet.
Okay. So yeah, it's easy enough to get Guy back on his feet.
Yeah, and then it's just kind of... Move!
All right. So you run over and get Guy back up on his feet. The guards advance, but they're hampered, and then the Jarl moves to grab. Oh, he has to grab his axe back. Okay, yeah. So he goes to pick up his axe, and then he's going to want to use it on you guys. Now we're up to key 3.
So do I think that, sideways I could fit this cask into the bag of holding?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to run to the cask, close it, and then try and, shove it sideways into the bag of holding.
Okay. You are able to do that. Once you close it, the blast of Winter Storm stops, and you shove it into the bag of holding.
Yes.
Look at you. Let's get out of here.
And then you immediately hear, "Do not let them escape with the cask."
Yeah.
Yep.
It's already gone.
Shouldn't that be? It's already gone.
I'm not
my fingers.
old anymore. I'm back to me, young,
I'm just
beautiful
imagining
me.
you rip off a mustache and go, ah!
Ah. Throw it.
Ooh. At the top of the round is Guy again.
Yep. I'm out of here.
You're-
Mission accomplished.
All
Let's
right.
go.
You're dashing.
Yep. Key 3, I know, can fly. She's the only one that's close to me, so nobody needs help. We're gone. Yep.
Okay. You're running up
the
to the ball.
Yep.
Okay.
Mission accomplished.
You're able to make it up to it, and you can start loading yourself inside.
Oh, I was gonna go out the gate, but I guess okay.
Well, the gate there's an army outside the gate,
yeah,
dude.
that's true.
How are we
Take the
getting
DM
Veronica?
hint.
How are
Climb
we
in the
getting
escape
Veronica?
pod.
What's that?
How are we getting Veronica? Just putting that out there.
She's already at the other end of the field.
she's
Oh, she'll be fine.
on the way
then.
to the keep. Yeah.
Yeah.
We should fly right over her head.
Yeah.
Follow us.
All right. So that's what Guy does. Next up.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You wonderful bastard.
Pen.
Yeah, if that's done, Are we all near the ball, or
You're a bit of a ways from it. The person who's closest to it right now is Guy and Ogbog.
Get in the ball.
I'll save that. But yeah, I'm sprinting over to the ball and gonna try to hoist him in and start getting us ready to go.
All right, you can climb in.
Nice. And I've got my head stuck out and I'm holding my ice staff at the ready.
Okay. And after that, the king points his arm out, and there's a explosion, and a cannonball comes your guys' way.
When you say your guys is...
I mean the people around the ball trying to escape. And it's a 20. Not a crit.
Oh,
it's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. That should only kill me, ironically.
Yeah, I'm in the ball.
Yeah. I'm covered. Shrapnel.
I have half cover.
The impact of it does 18 damage.
Oh, no problem.
It's not a direct hit, but it's like a...
Is that for both of us?
Yeah. And Ogbog, actually. And then it's Richard's go.
There are things running through Richard's mind. None of them positive. Yeah, no, he's going to look at Key 3. Just pretty much say, be better than I was. And I'm downing the black steroid. Hoping to pretty much kick off my ultimate ability.
Oh, okay. So you down the steroid potion and instant pain throughout your body as you begin to grow and change and break, and the flesh parts of you can't keep up with the growth, and they're starting to split apart and stitch back together again.
I'd like to take a reaction, please.
What reaction would that be?
Lesser restoration, you motherfucker. Please tell me it's not a touch spell. It's a touch spell, isn't it? I don't remember if it's a touch spell.
I believe it is.
This also might be a greater restoration sort of a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, God. No. Tell me it's not so. I can't even find it. I know I have it. Let me look. Ah, yes, it's a touch.
Yep.
I can use my cat for that.
Go whisper. Touch him.
I mean, that is a thing, but I would try it, but I don't know if it'll do anything. That would be what my gut reaction would be to do.
All right, well. All right, Richard's turn is spent hulking out. Next up is Key 3.
Great. Awesome. Yep. Fantastic.
Super pleased.
God damn it. I'm gonna run towards the...
I'm still covered in bark.
Yeah.
Yeah, gonna run towards the ballista, and on my way, I will cast Heal Touch at the Jarl.
All right. So the spectral hand touches the Jarl, causing necrotic damage to him.
Oh,
And
with that.
no, not with an 8.
Yeah.
And he like moves
like,
to the side.
I missed.
No one boops the Jarl. And he takes up his great axe and the rest of the guys advance on this hulking out tree person. And you guys are all able to climb inside. You got to figure out a way to launch it next round. Top of the round, Guy.
There's a visible lever to launch it, I assume.
Yep.
I cast Mage Hand, I grab the handle, look over at Richard, shake my head. What do you want it to read on the post, on the sign, buddy? Magnificent bastard, good enough? And I pull the handle.
Wait, did Keith 3 get in with us?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
said we all got in, so.
Yeah, you
Sorry.
guys all got in.
Didn't mean to ruin your line, Jacob.
Oh no, it's just
Be better than I was, Key. Be better.
So you hit it, and there's a jerk and a whirring of chains and equipment, and then it just, and you guys are hurtling through the air. And as you're hurtling through the air,
Obscenities the whole way. Motherfucking nether, son of a bitch, an asshole, prick, mother, son of a...
as that's hurtling through the air, the momentum, there's a jerk, and the momentum slows a bit. As you can see, winged trolls have flown up and attached themselves to your careening ball, and they're trying to pry open the grates and get at you. Meanwhile, back on the battlefield, Richard, you hulk out into this thing, and you're in some twisted version of your half tree, half human form. This is not good stuff, so it doesn't trigger your purest form of the Grovekeeper. This is some twisted version of it, but it's just power and rage coursing through you.
how tall am I at this point?
You're getting to about their height. You're a little bit shorter.
They're only like twice as tall as I am. I looked at the chart.
Well, these giants were huge, though. There was 5 of us standing in one footprint, so rules as written
Yeah.
don't apply here.
Okay.
They're big, they're big.
Yeah. I'm going to pretty much, because I've grown at such a rapid rate,
Mm-hmm.
and I can change what my weapon forms into,
Okay.
it kind of grows with me.
Right.
And the shield I have is just a rough piece of wood that I wrapped around an arm. But that's doing what it does.
All right.
Sorry, Fey Presence kind of slips through. There's no
Okay.
control in Richard anymore.
Yeah.
How far away are the... Sorry, how far away is everyone being attacked by the trolls as well?
They're flying through the air. They're very far away. The goons? Well, you can't see some of them because they're still in the Hunger of Adar. It hasn't dissipated just yet.
Oh no, I meant the people flying through the air.
Oh, the people flying through the air? Oh, yeah, they're very far away now.
Yeah, no, I am... The longsword comes out, and I just am going to try and maim... That was a critical failure on one of them. The Jarl.
Okay.
Because I'm seeing him as the biggest threat.
All right, you go after the Jarl, and you put a swing into him, and you damage him. You put a cut across his face, and he spits out some blood and pulls up his axe, and he's like, "Let's have a go then."
Because I keep growing at a rapid pace, I'm not going to stop.
No, you continue, and it will go as long as your body can take it.
Okay.
And you are gradually losing control of yourself.
That's why Fey Presence is looking for. It's
All
like
right.
a broken version of it.
Yeah, it's
The eyes are flashing green.
it's it's all messed up.
Yeah.
Like this is
It's like looking at one of those glitching video game characters where it's
like
into something else.
the code
Right?
the code in the game that makes this form for you is broken. So that happens, and then the Jarl comes up and puts 2 swings into you with his axe. And he does a not enough and a hit.
What do you, what were the numbers?
The numbers were 15 and 23.
Yeah, he hits with the second one.
Yeah. I know where you're at.
I'm at 19.
Okay. That's what I need. Ooh. All right. So he swings into you for 11. So that is 15 slicing damage. However, you don't feel it. It cuts into you and the pieces of flesh fall off and more flesh is knitted into place. And then the king takes a shot at you with his cannon gauntlets. And that cuts into you as well with a 22. But again, you don't feel it
Yeah.
because you're doing a thing. All right. And now you get another swing.
I get another swing?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I go. Yeah. Okay. I think I have 1 spell slot after all of this. So it's Packed Longsword. I'm doing with the second one, and Airy Smite, which is 3d8. So about 20.
All right. So you carve into the Jarl and you damage him heavily. He's wounded and on a knee. And you can feel your body's about to break. It's getting to the point where you're running out and you're almost to the end of it. Your vision's fading. You're starting to lose
Do I have one more
the semblance of who you are.
Do I have one more set of swings in me?
Not yet. Because the advisor comes to your hulking, shattering form. And in an instant, he's placed hands on you. And you feel yourself returning to normal. And he whispers to you, "You don't get to pick. That's not the deal."
Yes, I knew it. Yes, I knew who that fucker was. I knew it.
Yeah, kind of felt like that.
Now sleep.
Oh no, before I fall out, I'm just...
You owe me a fairy army, you fucker.
Oh, you'll have it. And darkness comes for you.
Well, come on, Karis, you'll figure it out. You know who this has to be. He's not allowed yet. He still owes somebody something.
Meanwhile, so your
I figured it
descent
out about
has
30 seconds before you got to it. So, holy shit.
your descent is being.
The second you said he takes a very large interest in you, I went fucking Oberon.
You needed that war. Okay, so your guys' artillery shell that you're traveling in is being halted, and more winged trolls are grasping onto you, and your descent is slowing.
I thought they were carrying us.
No, they're
dragging
trying
us
to
down.
grab you and pull you back.
Okay.
I'm, as much as I can, gonna try and stab at them.
All right,
Yeah,
stab at them.
All right, so I do.
I haven't
2
got much
attacks.
left, but bugs to the bottom of the feet's got to be tricky. So I start casting infestation at the bottom of their feet where they're clamping on.
Oh, for sure. All right, give me the spells. Pen, you got anything for these? Can't hear you, Pen.
To the other two really quickly, I'm like, can y'all deal with a moment of pain? And a lot of dark.
You look at Guy and without having to say it, maybe one small one? He is shit kicked.
Yeah, Guy's not doing okay.
Not well.
We will leave that alone then. Because
Oh no, do it. He can get healed up at the keep.
He might
Those
die.
are con save, and if he didn't make his con save, he moves. So I'm hoping that causes them to let go. And I'm just gonna keep firing at their feet.
Okay. So yeah, as you fire at their feet, they're letting go, and like every time two of them let go, it jerks, and there's a rapid descent for you guys.
Yeah.
Any other plans? Put them forward now.
I'm thinking about what's gonna happen on the ground. Thinking ahead. Oh god, there's not enough time.
I'm gonna. Oh god.
It's a rope bridge. It's a bridge
Streaking
of rope.
Streaking across the sky. Lady Bella / Veronica carrying your cart.
Thank you, plot armor.
Try and reach out with awakened mind as soon as she's close enough and be like, Lady Bella, we need you.
Jump! I'll catch you.
Okay, everyone, we're gonna jump. As soon as she's close
Okay.
enough, I'll try
Start
jumping.
crawling out of the edge.
Yeah, I'm just gonna mage hand poke him in the eye. Whatever's left up there.
I mean, like they retreat, and then more of them go to try and grab it, and every time they retreat, it drops heavily again and again. All right.
Fun.
Some leapings.
Okay.
Acrobatics.
Yep.
Athletics.
Do we have
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics. I'd rather do the other one. Why do I feel like now? Yeah, not great.
I'm digging through my bag looking for my rod, the control rod for the whatever they're called.
The gargoyles?
Gargoyles.
Yeah, just in case as I jump out.
Okay.
And it's a good thing.
All right. So, Keithra, you can fly, and you realize that a part way through, when you can't, you notice you're not quite going to hit the cart, and you correct yourself, and you manage to make it to the cart.
Okay.
And then Pen and Guy plummet past you.
Fucking hell. Try and get Lady Bella like, catch that! Wait, we have to get under them!
And she's heading for them as fast as she can. Pen and Guy, what are you guys going to do about this?
Cast mage hand, grab the back of my own shirt, and pull up.
Okay. Do an Arcana check to try and slow yourself down a little bit.
It can only do 10 pounds of force, so even
Yeah.
if I get this right, it's not going to help.
But we'll go Arcana
Nope.
check with a magical exertion. Oh, fuck no.
And I'm
First collar tackle, 15-yard penalty, repeat first down.
ooh. So I'm trying to look for that control rod, and if I don't find it, I'm like tapping on my book, like, we can necromance, right? I know we know fly. Please let me do that. Over there with the top.
You find the rod.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, I just click that, and I'm like, you should come here now, please.
Come get me, please. And your gargoyle dismounts and goes and catches you.
And preferably him. Ooh. Yeah.
Well, you got it. Yeah, Guy's still falling, so.
Yeah, can we...
I'll pull out my rod and like activate my gargoyle and like try and steer it under Guy.
Okay. So you managed to steer the gargoyle under Guy, and it catches him, and you guys can see the keep below you, and you can see that one of these balls is already launched, and Team Mom is engaged in combat at the top of the Mage Tower. And while you're looking at this, the ball you were traveling on drops and hits the cart. And bits of wood fly everywhere. And Key 3, the cart, and Lady Bella / Veronica careen into the courtyard of the keep and smash into the snow.
I want to.
Give me an escape attempt.
Yeah, I'm going to. When I'm about 30 feet from the ground, cast Misty Step to just land, like, disappear and appear on the ground.
Oh, you're gonna do blink drop. Okay, that's great.
Yep.
All right, so you managed to save yourself with a Misty Step. And as you guys do that, you look back, and in the distance, you hear the sounds of mechanics wearing, multiple thumps, and dozens of these metal balls are flying through the air towards the keep, while the ground shakes and an army moves, because the invasion has begun. And that's where we're going to stop today.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit earlier than normal.
No, that's a cliffhanger. That is an official cliffhanger.
Yeah. So it's good we stopped here.
Well, the battle stage is set. If you want to see how it turns out, you have to come back next week for our 2-part crossover.
The final fight, which Guy is starting with no spell slots and 12 hit points.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't even know if I start the final fight. I think I'm just taken out of it.
You might have to be liberated.
You are the perfect spot. You are the paratroopers. You're the one behind enemy lines now.
Do not say anything positive to him right now. Do not.
He does not get good things. He was a bad boy and drank a death potion. Oh, that pissed Oberon right off.
Oh, yeah.
While that was happening, he was looking at him. He was like, "You don't get to pick. That's not the way this works."
I was watching all the faces on the screen, and then it hit me like, he owes Oberon. That's no way he's done yet.
That's
People
precise.
don't work like that.
No,
okay.
I kind of knew that. At the same time, I was going, if I get out of this, I don't get brutally murdered by Oberon. Murder by your choice, or brutal murder by the jackass.
Well, this way you made Oberon save you before he killed you. So it's it's a small victory, but
He's so mad. He's so mad. He's livid. Okay.
You're supposed to mess with your patron. That's not how this works.
All right. So thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much for watching Too Many Warlocks.
He's not even my patron.
He's not. He's just your patron's
Husband,
significant other,
open relationship partner. It's weird. Thank you for joining us for Too Many Warlocks. Check out all the shows that we do here. We do 3 shows a week. We do Mercenaries of Mischief on Sunday, Too Many Warlocks in the same world, parallel storylines. They interact with each other. We do that on Monday nights. And then we do the Deadlands campaign with our very own Guy taking on the boots of Marshal Kevin and running us through the Poison Paradise, which you'll definitely want to check that out. So check those out on Tuesday nights. We also do a lot of other content. So look in the down there part to keep track of the schedule. Also check us out on Discord. Right now, there is a thing going on in our Discord for the channel. Our producer, Jonathan, his character died. And we have gone through 4 contested characters, and only 3 have gone on to the final round. And if you go into our Discord, you will have a chance to vote which character he ends up playing in the next season, after the season finale, which will be next week. Next week, Monday and Sunday, we will be doing a 2-part crossover episode. 8 players, 1 dungeon master, 2 episodes, 6 hours total. An epic battle to ring out through the ages. Do not miss it. And besides that,
the first time in weeks.
Oh yeah, no, together, and it's going to be very cinematic. I'll talk to you more about it later.
Avalon Knights Academy Endgame.
Absolutely. Avalon Knights Academy Endgame. Check us out on Twitter. Check us out on Facebook. All the fun
Or
social
Infinity
media
War.
stuff. You can see us all there. And I like to close out all of these shows by saying that I am a very lucky dungeon master in that I get to DM for all these amazing people who are content creators in their own right. And I like to take this moment at the end of the show to allow them to all talk about the things that they do.
I'll start because you're all angry with me. Yeah. So, for those of you who do not know, I run a lovely blog called The Scarred Adventure. It's in the Discord at this exact moment. And I recently wrote a poem with my lovely friend Bernard.
Bernard!
In a poem called Owl Bear. So please be sure to check that out. It's ridiculous. I've written 2 ridiculous poems and one that's a little full of itself, and I'm not happy about that. So, like, it's pretentious, and I know it. So, check it out.
You're the only person I know that writes poetry and poetic critique of the same poem.
It's very specific.
I mean, it's true. 3 Knocks is very much a pretentious POS. But check it out.
Excellent. Who's next?
I pulled myself away from my new video game addiction to actually make a video this week.
You get that thing, that game you're playing, it's on sale on Steam, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh no, I can't there, but for the grace of God.
Well, see, Steam is evil because it tells you how many hours you've wasted this week on that game, and I keep checking, I keep going, no, it can't be.
I beat Subnautica the other day, and I have all the achievements, and I'm like, I can put this away now.
But look at my wish list. Oh my God. Anyway, I managed to pull myself away long enough to do an actual video, and I seem to have hit a nerve. And it's really appropriate tonight because it's called I Hate My Character, Now What? And it's what to do when you have run out of the end of your character, when there's nothing left to do for whatever reason, how to get rid of it or how to fix it or whatever.
Or how to kill it.
That's one of your options, and that's
you let the dungeon master kill it with a fey demigod.
Yes, that's one of the options. Or you could fix it. But there's also a point in there. There's a section in there that says some of them can't be fixed, and I was very specifically thinking about some of them.
Yeah, I feel very like this was pointed at me.
Not the whole thing, just bits.
You might have been an inspiration.
You absolutely were an inspiration, and so was a couple of characters that I've done in the past. It happens. You make these characters, and they suck, and you need to get rid of them and start over. So that's what I did this week, and so far, many, many people have looked at it and appears to be hitting a nerve. Anyway, that's it for me. Oh, and Deadlands tomorrow night. Right.
Yes. Also the Deadlands.
I guess I will go. So words. I make YouTube videos over at youtube.com/roll4initiative. It's been a long day. And I also have been doing Matvember this past month, and the video that's going to be up at 9 a.m. tomorrow is kind of a wrap up of what I've learned through drawing 30 maps in just about 30 days.
They're really good maps too. I've been jealous.
Yeah.
I have ideas.
I have to use map making software. I have to cheat.
Even then, I get really bored making maps. It's one of my least favorite things of the game. But
I discovered it was very meditative, and I definitely had a moment where I was like, I've been sitting in the same position for 3 hours. This is a problem.
I get like that when I'm world building, but not when I'm map making.
I get that way when it's things like Lego or other building projects.
Other options.
Yeah.
All right.
Such as
there's a thing
robots.
that Penn needs to talk about. A kind of a milestone thing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was going to say, go check us out on YouTube. And we love everybody in our audience and all our fans. And we've smashed so many milestones. Where are we at on Twitch right now? Because we just hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. We are at
959.
Yeah.
959.
We're so close to 1,000 here, and our first
So
video
close.
ever, our very first upload on YouTube has just recently surpassed 1,000 views, which is awesome because, oh boy, we've come a long way. But it was wonderful, and go check out. We have a milestone video there to thank all of you, and it may or may not star your favorite side character NPC. So go check that out.
Hey,
Ginger's
have you
in it?
seen Ginger? Yes.
Okay, I love Ginger, but I think there might be. I'd like to see that poll.
Here's the perk. If you go into our Discord and you follow us on Twitter and stuff, I'm going to bake a Ginger. And Ginger looks a very particular way. I'm going to bake them, and I'm going to post it all up on there. You guys are going to love
You
it.
have to use red icing sugar for the hair, though? Because
Well, and that's the thing,
ginger.
because Ginger was operated on, so he's got like icing
scars.
stitches down his chest with like little. It's going to be so good. Okay, thank you so much for joining us. Give us those follows. We're going to be doing an epic giveaway at 1,000 followers. Shh, we can't talk about it yet. So definitely, once we hit that 1,000 follower moment, tell your friends. Get them to do that. Tune in next week when we have our epic crossover. It's going to be incredible. There's going to be some great moments. And I guess that's it for now. So
Except
until
for
next
the
time.
inevitable. Hang on. You
Oh.
almost got away with this, you bastard.
I don't know.
Oh, what
Thank
did I do?
you,
Thank
Puck,
you.
from the
No.
players and the viewers. I will speak on their behalf because I'm bold that way. Thank you for yet another amazing session in another amazing arc, another story arc that we didn't see coming, I don't think. And yeah.
This has
Nice
been a
next
journey.
time.
I'm
Thank
gonna have a small speech at the end of next week's shows. So we'll see what
I'll
happens.
bet. I would- yeah.
But thank you so much for joining us again, and thank you everybody for loving the things that I'm creating here and for creating it with me. Because really, there's no show without all of you. So until next time, class dismissed.
If it were not for the Pegasus evacuation, we'd be underwater now. What an irritation. Pegasus is Pegasi, pronounce it how you please. Everyone sings of unicorns, but never Pegasus. Flying freely from the Alps onto the Pyrenees. Pega, 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 pega.